A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant escalation of tensions between the United States and the International Criminal Court, ICC, Washington has imposed sanctions on 4 judges of the court, resulting in widespread condemnation from European leaders and human rights advocates. This move comes in the wake of an arrest warrant issued for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, raising questions about the U.S. commitment to international law and justice. On June 6, 2025, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced sanctions against Judges Salome Balungi Basa from Uganda, Luz del Carmen Ibanez Carranza from Peru, Rain Alapini Gansu from Benin, and Beatty Holler from Slovenia. The sanctions were justified by the U.S. administration as a response to what they termed illegitimate and baseless actions taken by the ICC against the U.S. and its allies, particularly citing the court's investigation into alleged war crimes committed by U.S. troops in Afghanistan. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen swiftly condemned the sanctions, stating that the ICC plays a crucial role in holding perpetrators of the world's gravest crimes accountable and providing a voice for victims. In her remarks on social media, she emphasized the need for the court to operate free from external pressures, asserting, "The ICC must be free to act without pressure." The European Union's backing of the ICC comes at a critical time, as member states express concerns over the implications of U.S. sanctions on judicial independence. Antonio Costa, president of the European Council, echoed von der Leyen's sentiments, describing the ICC as a cornerstone of international justice that must be protected from undue influence. In a statement reflecting the EU's unified stance, Slovenia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced its intention to activate the EU's blocking statute, which would prevent European companies from complying with U.S. sanctions deemed unlawful. This mechanism has previously been employed to safeguard European trade with countries like Cuba and Iran against U.S. restrictions. The sanctions against the ICC judges are not an isolated incident. They follow a pattern of U.S. hostility toward the court. Under former President Donald Trump, the U.S. administration issued sweeping executive orders threatening sanctions against anyone involved in ICC investigations, a move criticized for potentially undermining justice by dissuading witnesses from coming forward. Human Rights Chief Volker Turk expressed his deep concern over the U.S. decision, stating that attacks on judges for performing their judicial functions contravene the principles of the rule of law. He called for the immediate withdrawal of the sanctions, warning that such actions could severely damage good governance and the administration of justice. The ICC was established to prosecute individuals for genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity, and its independence is crucial for maintaining global justice. The recent U.S. sanctions have sparked fears that they may set a dangerous precedent, undermining the court's authority and dissuading other nations from cooperating with its investigations. Critics of the U.S. sanctions argue that they represent an attempt to shield powerful nations from accountability. The ICC's investigation into alleged war crimes by U.S. forces in Afghanistan has been particularly contentious, with the U.S. government insisting that its military operates under strict adherence to the laws of war. However, the court's mandate to investigate and prosecute individuals for serious crimes remains a vital component of international law. As the situation develops, the international community is closely watching how the EU and other nations respond to the U.S. sanctions. The future of the ICC and its ability to operate independently may hinge on the collective resolve of its member states to protect its integrity against external pressures. In conclusion, the U.S. sanctions on ICC judges have ignited a fierce debate about the balance of power in international justice. As calls for the withdrawal of these sanctions grow louder, the stakes for the ICC and the principle of accountability for grave crimes have never been higher. The unfolding events will undoubtedly shape the landscape of international law and the pursuit of justice for years to come. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.